Well, we begin tonight here at 5 o'clock with a sunny Halloween as we get ready to head into sunset, Connie.
Yeah, I love it. It will be chilly, though, for those trick-or-treaters. And, of course, a lot of them we just saw out on Hillcrest, Mallory.
Yeah, thankfully, no rain to worry about this year. We got all that out of the way earlier in the week. So clear skies, and yes, that will allow those temperatures to drop pretty quickly once the sun sets this evening. But we're starting off with a live look from our Midway University camera. This is near Hurstburn Parkway as part of our Shriners Children's Camera Network. You can tell the flag whipping in the wind a bit there. We do have a breeze, so making that air feel a little bit cooler than the actual air temperature. But we are sitting in the mid to upper 50s at this hour. And as we continue onward throughout this evening, those temperatures, they'll drop pretty quickly into the upper 40s by 9 or 10 o'clock in Louisville, likely quicker outside of the city. Satellite and radar, we have had a mix of sun and clouds today, especially the farther east that you do live, a little bit more cloud cover. Farther west, clear skies for the bulk of your Halloween today. Obviously, as I mentioned, no rain to track, but we have had some gusty winds at times, 15 to about 20 miles per hour. Expect those wind gusts to decrease as we carry on throughout this evening. As it stands, temperatures are in the mid to upper 50s, some spots getting close to that 60-degree mark, but all in all, once again, no issues for your trick-or-treat forecast tonight. Lows will dip down to the upper 30s and low 40s tomorrow morning. We'll take a look ahead at our weekend forecast that's coming up in a few minutes, guys.
Mallory, thank you. Now more on the breaking story late today at 5. A federal judge in Rhode Island with a late temporary order telling the Trump administration to keep funding SNAP benefits ahead of tomorrow night's deadline, the cutoff deadline. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. U.S. District Judge John McConnell saying the loss of benefits is likely to cause significant harm to many Americans that are scrambling to meet those basic nutritional needs. Now, a coalition of local governments, nonprofits, and small businesses filed suit yesterday to challenge the pause in funding, arguing the Trump administration has needlessly plunged SNAP into crisis by suspending benefits tomorrow, despite having emergency funds that could be tapped. What is not clear tonight, though, just yet how fast the order will be implemented. Will it be in time to avert a disaster by tomorrow? Well, the late ruling came as a different federal judge in Boston in a separate case ruled the Trump administration's attempt to suspend SNAP funding is unlawful, but then declined to immediately order the program be funded. And now SNAP funding still hanging in the balance. If funding expires tomorrow, 600,000 people in Kentucky could be impacted. Now organizations in Louisville have launched a fund providing immediate cash for Louisvillians to buy their groceries. The Hardship to Hope Food Relief Fund will give households $250 to $350 in a digital gift card for food. The initial donation to the fund is $500,000. This is a collaboration with Metro United Way, Dare to Care, Louisville Urban League, and the Association of Community Ministries.
We know that in this moment, as families go to bed tonight, wondering how they will eat tomorrow, we each need to do our part to let them know there is hope and relief in sight.
The fund is prioritizing families and seniors, and proof of being a SNAP beneficiary must be provided when applying. Organizations want this fund to continue to benefit the food insecure in our Kentuckiana area, and applications open on Monday. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg is committed to helping Louisvillians in time of need right now. Metro Louisville is working with Dare to Care for a community food drive to help stock the shelves at local food pantries. Food donations can be accepted at these upcoming events. The 5K being held on U of L's campus. That's tomorrow morning from 9 to 11 a.m. Later in the day tomorrow on Saturday, the fun run called the Through the Boo 2025. It's at the Louisville Zoo from 6 to 8 p.m. Once again, these are two events where you can bring your food donations.
And also here at 5, as the government shutdown continues, JCPS is reminding families all students in the district still have access to free breakfast and lunch at school. Now, the program isn't new, but it's becoming vitally important right now to some local families as those SNAP benefits are set to be cut tomorrow. JCPS's community eligibility program is funded through the U.S. Department of Agriculture and feeds lunch to about 80,000 students every day. JCPS staff is preparing to feed more students when those SNAP benefits run out tomorrow.
We just want to reassure parents that currently we have federal funding through the end of November, so we will continue to provide breakfast and lunch at no charge to students at least through the month of November.
JCPS Nutrition Services leaders say there are also 74 schools taking part in an after-school enrichment program that provides dinner for students as well.
And a free drive-through meal service for seniors is going away for several Kentucky counties by the end of the year. That's according to the group overseeing the program right here in our area.
And it comes despite an extra $9 million distributed by the Beshear administration to keep the program running through financial struggles.
WHAS11 senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez is reporting from Hardin County.
We're going to see significant hunger.
It's going to take even more work to keep these sandwiches, soups, and yogurt going out to senior citizens across Kentucky. The increasingly popular free meals program is already low on the funding needed to meet the growing demand.
We're still going to be about $300,000 short statewide.
That's almost unbelievable.
It's challenging.
And now you add a federal government shutdown on top of that.
It's a grenade to our economy.
And you have what Daniel London calls a potentially disastrous situation coming this November.
This government shutdown is not just something that's happening in another city in Washington, D.C. or impacting San Francisco. These have real world impacts for people on the ground that we're seeing.
London is the executive director of the Lincoln Trail Area Development District. They oversee the state's senior meals program in 8 Kentucky counties, including Hardin, Nelson, and Meade, serving 1,700 people. Financially strained as it is, even with a more than $9 million funding boost from the Beshear administration, the group's expecting to end drive-through service for these meals at the end of the year. Seniors largely will have to come in person, and London tells me more painful decisions could be on the way.
If we have this significant demand on that program as a result of the government shutdown and SNAP benefits, then we will have to look at other measures as whether, all right, do we look at a senior citizen center and say, all right, we may have to cut a day a week.
At the Nelson County Senior Center just a couple weeks ago, we saw the fear of services being cut back.
Seniors that don't have food. Oh, yeah.
Days later, Governor Andy Beshear announced that extra funding he says should keep the program running largely at full strength through next June. After that, facing a major budget deficit, it's unclear how much money Lincoln Trail will get.
I believe that most of what they've cut back on can be restored.
To make matters worse, London says the area his group represents, including Fort Knox, are losing $100 million each week the federal government is shuttered.
Day 31 through 60, it's an artillery attack. We're really going to start seeing systems fail.
He's asking federal policymakers to find a solution before it's too late, and the seniors are the ones to pay for it. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.
Well, for the last 2 years, Kentucky's Senior Meals program has been budgeted $10 million annually in state money, plus COVID relief funds that have now run out.
This coming budget session, program leadership expects to need much more money than that.
And a reminder, the program known as WIC, a nutrition program for women, infants, and children, will remain open. The program was at risk of running out of money in October because of the government shutdown, but the Trump administration reassigned $300 million to the program to keep it afloat and going. But it's only going to last a couple of weeks into November. New mothers are urged to use the program for nutritious foods and referrals to healthcare services.
And by the way, if you or someone you know needs food, or maybe you're interested in donating to one of the local food banks, we've got a guide on our website. Just text Food Pantry to the number that's on your screen right there, 502-582-7290, and we will send you a link with a list of food pantries across Kentucky, Anna.
Now we switch to more local news for you here at 5. A driver involved in a downtown Louisville high-speed crash at 2 in the morning got out of the car and took off on foot, but was hit and killed on the interstate, police say, trying to flee the scene. Now this is video of the traffic stopped in the middle of the night, the Spaghetti Junction area of downtown Louisville, right on the interstate. Police say they got a call just after 2 this morning to I-64 East at I-65 for a report of a Hyundai Santa Fe rear-ending a Land Rover at a high speed. Police say the driver of the Hyundai then ran from the crash and was then hit and killed by a car heading west on I-64. Police say the driver of the Land Rover was not hurt. The driver of the car that hit the man stayed at the scene, and police say will not be charged.
A man with a popular YouTube page was in court today facing charges of child sex abuse. Investigators connected 39-year-old Michael Booth of Norton Commons to a Kik account that distributed child sex abuse material. He appeared in court today with his attorney. Booth has a popular YouTube account called Mr. Crafty Pants with DIY crafting content. His bond was set at $100,000 cash. Today, his case was sent to a grand jury.
Earlier this week, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg announcing the formation of a new Metro task force combined to combat human trafficking and exploitation at illicit massage businesses. Well, it's an issue that some City of Louisville officials say has been growing also around the country. The multi-agency task force is exploring options to protect vulnerable people who are brought in to do explicit work at these businesses, which, from what Officer Dan Marsden says earlier today, often target members of the Asian community. So far, 30 to 40 of these illegal businesses were identified out of 375 total massage parlors in the city.
The women that work in these places, generally, they're middle-aged, right? And so a lot of them come from Asia, not all of them. Mainly here, they're Korean or Chinese, but we have Thai, European, Russian, mainly Korean or Chinese. And in China, the culture is just, very different, and so there's a lot of shame associated.
District 23 Councilmember Jeff Hudson is partnering with the task force to propose an ordinance that, if approved by Metro Council, would help crack down on illegal activity. Still to come, next at 5.
We still have a big change happening at Hillcrest Avenue, and this is a very popular spot for Louisville. Trick-or-treating is underway. Take a look, all these families having a fun time. We're gonna have those details on those changes right after the break.
And here's a look at today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $754 million. Powerball, $400 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.